It is 3:15 a.m. It's January 20th, 2021. You might be wondering why I'm awake right now, since I was trying to get my sleep schedule back to normal, or a semblance of normal. Tony is a veteran who has a disability that prevents him from working. Now, I've been thinking about that statement a lot, obviously, because I think I mentioned that before. There's just so many things wrong with that statement. Wrong in the immoral sense as well as the factual sense. I guess 3 out of 4 of those things are wrong, so the 1/4 that is right makes all the difference. I don't know. This is some math logic that I was not informed of. You guys must have had a meeting. Can I get the minutes from that meeting? I guess I missed the memo as well. Please update me and carbon copy me a copy of that. That's like me saying, I know someone who is morbidly obese. That person is so-and-so. But it's actually worse because theoretically, if I was walking down the street and a stranger looks at me, they can't tell I have a mental illness. They can't tell I have a disability. But the thing about physical appearance is that if you look the same way you've looked your entire life, the majority of people will be used to it. And they just be like, oh, that's so-and-so. But I don't know. One you can hide, one you can't hide. But because of this situation now, I guess I can't hide mine anymore. I mean, yeah, it's on YouTube, but I didn't realize I was a 500k, maybe even 1 million subs YouTuber. I didn't realize that. I wish I was monetized now, because 1 million views from 1 million subs, I feel like that's a decent amount of money. I don't know how YouTube monetization works. I don't know. I hope it was worth it to make a statement like that just to prove a point in front of people that I didn't think this person even cared about. But I guess proving the point was that important, or at least an attempt to. I reiterate that Tony is a veteran with a disability that prevents him from working. Any part of that statement, the major parts, as in the 4 parts, those are not joking matters. Those are not laughing matters. Making fun of any of those aspects of those 4 is completely inappropriate. But hey, this person apologized, right? That makes everything okay, right? I must have missed the memo on that as well. Because you're going to fall into the trap of anytime you piss someone off, all you have to do is apologize. Then everything's fine again. I mean, I don't know what fancy world that is, but I'll pay an online subscription to that. That sounds like an amazing fancy JRPG to me. Damn, I want to play that game. Like everything's make-believe in that game. I hope the friendship was worth using that statement. Because I've concluded, I've talked to other people about this. I've concluded that I can't let this go. And the reason I know that is because even for myself, I'm still thinking about it obsessively, and it's not going away. So that tells me that, well, I don't know what that tells me, but it feels like it tells me that I'm never gonna get over this, and it is just so sad and disappointing. It makes me angry, but more so disappointed. Um, I don't really know what else to say because I was thinking about this recently. Any type of relationship, whether it be romantic, whether it be platonic, um, whether it be even in a work situation, the people you lose, as in former friends, ex-girlfriends, exes in general, even coworkers, ex-superiors, ex-subordinates, whatever you want to call it. For me, I'm not saying this is for everyone. The first and the last, for lack of a better term, breakup are the ones that hurt the most. Well, I shouldn't say first and last. The first and most recent. The reason being is the first was the first. You will never forget the first of a lot of things, a lot of relationships. And the most recent, those are the freshest wounds, so to speak. Even though it might seem they may never heal, time heals all wounds. I like to think so. I do notice that it is getting easier to accept that. I don't even know what to call it. To accept that I was just so wronged and it was just so unprovoked. Like, I can understand if I did something to piss somebody off, but like, I can't emphasize this enough. I was just minding my own business. I have no idea how I was brought into the conversation. To give a quick recap for anyone's who hasn't seen the past videos, regarding me obsessively thinking about this, someone just made a statement that they shouldn't have made, that they thought, I don't know, I guess they thought it was funny. I'm not really sure. It wasn't funny to me. And unfortunately, this is a forever kind of thing. This is like I said, I've talked to multiple people about it, and even people who don't even know the people involved, and they all say I am right in being angry. I am right in being let down, disappointed, embarrassed, ashamed. A whole gambit of negative emotions, just because someone wanted to prove a point in front of people that don't matter. And you know what they say, the people that matter matter, and the people that don't. This is one of those rare times where I'm lost for words. I'm just so tired of thinking about this. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I'm honestly trying to let it go. I mean, it's crossed my mind to just be like, oh, okay, just forget about it, blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure, I'm about 90% sure it's gonna happen again, or something similar will. And how many times does something like this have to happen where an apology does not suffice? I mean, is your apology gonna make me feel less ashamed of myself? Because I guess that person's point of view is how they actually view me, as a veteran with a disability that prevents them from working. I didn't think so-called best friends were supposed to treat each other like that. I mean, I don't know. It's been a while since I had a best friend. I would say it was probably the last best friend I had that actually called my best friend was one of my college roommates, one of my college friends. I believe he died in a car accident. This was a while ago. This was obviously before Vegas. This was I think it was 2006. I think, was it 2006? I think it was more like 2008. The first and the most recent are the ones I hurt the most. The interesting thing is everything in the middle just kind of blends together. I mean, I guess you could say you get over it, but I don't know. I think that's different for everyone. Obviously, the circumstances are different because, conditions or whatever might be different in certain relationships versus others you might have had. Anyone in general, actually. I just honestly, like, making a statement like that felt like I was being attacked, like my character was being questioned. And I know I've overthought this, so I've overthinked it over and over multiple times. But like, I'm really trying to figure out a way I can justify the statement. And I keep running back to the same dead end that I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if I even want to. All I know is, I guess, I mean, now I'm beginning to wonder, is like, this how the majority of people in my life actually look at me and think about me? That I am falsely labeled as a veteran, at least by my definition. And I think my definition holds more weight since I was actually involved in the military. Granted, it was only training, but pretty sure that's more than a lot of people have done their entire lives. Unless there's a draft, which I'm sort of hoping there will be. I just would find it, I would find it interesting how well some people I know would survive in the military. Even during training, just wondering. I didn't say anything. I don't know what that look is for. Yeah, I was just questioning, like, do people really think that I can't work? Because there's a number of things that go into this, mainly medical insurance. I'm not sure if anyone realizes that. I'm not gonna explain it because I've explained it before. I can't remember if I explained it on this channel, but it's not rocket science. Yeah, I just I mean, I would like to think I am very responsive to psychotropic medication. Obviously, life circumstances do conflict with that at times, but for the most part, the medicine is actually supposed to help you react in in a non-negative way to certain life circumstances. It's basically like, look at an antidepressant. Like, if something bad happens and you're already on the antidepressant, then you can either get an increase or it will already be helping you take the bad news or so, or whatever it might be, better than you would if you weren't medicated. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about lithium, but it's probably the most effective psychotropic medication ever made, ever discovered by mankind. It is very effective for the majority of people. Now, are there people that aren't responsive to it? Of course. But the numbers don't lie. I just I attempted to go to bed, played a little Genshin Impact, and this is not going away. And that kind of scared me. I don't know if you guys heard that. But anyway, this is a forever thing, and that's not just forever in a sense that I can't let this go, but forever in a sense that, I mean, yeah, I really didn't want to say this, but the friendship is not salvageable at this point. I don't know. I just wish it didn't have to go down this way, but I guess proving whatever point this person was trying to prove was more important than this former friendship. I wish I had known in advance. If I knew how this outcome would have happened years before anything like this happened, I would have never have even started being receptive to the friendship, because like, if it was just going to end like this, then why bother even starting it? And I had to ask someone if I had a right to be angry in this, because I honestly didn't know at first. And the person told me, yes, be angry, be mad. And I mean, it's nice to know that someone understands that my information is my information. It doesn't matter if it's on the YouTube channel. That's like going back to the analogy I was trying to make. I know someone who is morbidly obese. That person is so-and-so. I mean, people have eyes. So, like, do you understand like the comparison I'm trying to make here? Like, I just feel like because people have eyes, there's no reason to point it out. And if 3 out of 4 of the audience, yes, I'm calling it an audience because that's basically what it was, is knowledgeable of my YouTube channel, which I doubt they are, because again, I'm not a public figure. I am not a celebrity. I'm not a part of the 1%. I'm not famous. I just don't get it. And I really want to say that I don't think alcohol was a factor. But if it's yes or no, either way, I'm not satisfied with that answer. Yes or no, whether alcohol was a factor or not. So when you're in a situation like that, where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, somewhat of a catch-22, where are you supposed to go from there? I feel like I'm in limbo right now. I don't think I had ever felt more ashamed of myself, more embarrassed than at that very moment when I heard that statement that I thought wasn't about me, because last time I checked, I'm employed, but just haven't been working. The clinic is temporarily shut down because of the pandemic. And during this pandemic, be sure to take care of your mental health. So that even begs the question, why would you even make that statement, knowing that I probably wouldn't be receptive towards it, and it is not going to help my mental health. If anything, has worsened it, because now I'm fixated on that statement that's being made over and over in my head. And then there needs to be a joke about it. One person that I spoke to, actually, much more than a confidant of mine, she said, she agreed with me that I can't let this go. I shouldn't let this go. And there has to be boundaries, and those were superseded a long time ago. Well, at least it felt like a long time ago. Basically, when that statement was made. And it's like, why would you point something out even if it was obvious to everyone? Like, going back to the morbidly obese analogy. So going back to my situation, the statement made against me, if everyone already knew, not everyone, 3 out of 4. If 3 out of 4 people already knew I had a disability, why would you need to point it out? I mean, like, think about it. Think about it for a second. Just having a random conversation with random people. Now all of a sudden I say, so-and-so is morbidly obese. Just throw it out there in the middle of the conversation. And let's pretend so-and-so is not receptive towards the conversation, so they're not even saying anything. And then it just is thrown out there. It just lands right out there. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess that's how people look at me. I mean, I guess how that's, I don't know, like, if I was wearing dog tags or something, I'd be like, okay, they probably know I was in the military because I'm wearing dog tags. I don't know, but let's hypothetically say I was. So I don't even know where to go with this conversation on my YouTube channel right now. Why would proving a point be so much more important than the friendship? This is what I can't figure out. And then to make a joke about it. I just feel like that's just extra salt being rubbed in the wound right there. But hey, maybe this person was drunk. Maybe that justifies everything. Maybe when you're drunk, you can get away with and by doing and saying whatever you want, and there is no argument against it because you're drunk. Or just people in general. If you're drunk and you're driving and you kill someone, you can just be like, hey man, sorry, I was drunk. But hey, not trying to enable unhealthy lifestyles here. I'm getting too old for this shit. Well, I guess this is my life now. I mean, this is a quarantine life where I don't know what it is. You've always heard me say the saying, guys, people feel very powerful behind a screen Would that be a computer screen or a cell phone or whatever? I don't know. I just feel like for some reason the statement wouldn't have been said if this was in person. I feel like I can't deny or prove that, but I think, I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing it even more. Maybe the fact that this was over video chat made a difference. And I don't know what that difference would be, but I just have this weird feeling that this wouldn't have happened if this was in person. Because if this was in person, I heard that, I probably would have just got up and left. And I should have left when the statement was made, but I guess I was hoping for something to change in the conversation where, like, I don't know, I was just hoping like someone would have said something like, oh, that's kind of inappropriate. Or, oh, we didn't need to know that. Or you didn't have to point that out. I don't know, just something. Throw me a bone, throw me something. But unfortunately, there was nothing. And why was there nothing? Because I don't know those fucking people. But they know me now. I'm that veteran with a disability that prevents himself from working. I can't let this go, man. I don't think I can. And honestly, I was trying to. It would be easier if I knew something like this wouldn't happen again, but I have a feeling it would just be a vicious cycle over and over. And sometimes I guess sometimes you have to end that cycle for the betterment of everyone involved. I don't know, man. Damn, yo. It just feels like a whole goddamn waste of time then. The whole thing. I don't know. So those 2 servings of the G Fuel probably did not help my ability to sleep, but maybe I'll just lay there, stare up at my starry ceiling, stare up at the nebula and wonder, what part of the galaxy are we insignificant in? I'm tired. Not sleepy, but you know what I mean. The whole stigma thing, I've talked about it. I've had to have talked about it in the earlier videos, at least 1 through 100 or something, multiple times. And like, this just proves my point that I don't want to say there's been no progress made in terms of the stigma towards mental health, but it's not moving fast enough for me. I mean, it's probably not going to get that much better in my lifetime, but I don't know. I just feel like, hypothetically, if there was a pill you could take that had no side effects, but it just made you happier, it made you more optimistic, and without the pill, you were negative, pessimistic, and probably sad all the time, why would you not take the pill? And I hope that one day psychotropic medication gets to the point where something like that is feasible. But I don't know, because everybody's different. I don't know what else to say. This is a long fucking video. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, I'm thinking about it right now, and obviously it's not good that I'm letting this rent space in my head or whatever, or however that saying goes. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to let this go, and I don't think I want to, because I just feel so wronged. It's not necessarily someone suggested to me that my privacy was being invaded. I thought the sense of common sense was being invaded, honestly. Like, I can understand if it was me saying the statement that, oh, I'm a veteran and I have a disability that prevents me from working. This is different if I'm saying it. But if someone else is saying it, and it's just like, I just feel like, what have you done to better try to understand my mental illness and help me with it? The answer is nothing, because I don't ask for help from people who can't help me with it, who are not qualified to help me with it. I don't know. Am I being ridiculous here? Because I really don't feel like I am. And everyone that I've talked to says I have a right to be mad. And it is not going away. I mean, obviously it's not as intense as it can be sometimes, but it's just that it's my one fucking rule. I don't understand what's so hard to adhere to that rule. I just, the whole statement, it just keeps repeating itself in my head. And I keep analyzing it. I keep looking at it, trying to figure out a way that I can be like, oh, that makes sense. When none of it, the situation in general did not make sense. The entire conversation did not make sense. Now, I know I've talked about this in detail in this one particular video, but I tried to take some time before I reacted to just process and understand what I thought was going on, and I have not made any progress. This makes as little sense to me when it happened up to right now. And I mean, like, maybe some people will be like, oh, it's not a big deal. I mean, I thought mental illness was a big deal, especially if someone is on collecting disability because of it. Just saying. And to think that it's okay to make a joke about that, an inappropriate joke nonetheless. I don't get it. I am mentally tired. Because we should live in a society where there is no stigma, where I can walk around, and if someone I bump into asks me how I'm doing, I could just be, oh, my mental illness is, it comes and goes, but it's doing okay. Is that what you meant? I can't say that. People in general don't say that, because people like so-and-so make those people with mental health issues feel bad about themselves. And even if that was not so-and-so's intention, that nevertheless is the result. It just blows my mind how insensitive that is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so tired. There's a difference between me making a statement about myself and someone else making a statement about me. Huge difference. Because that is my information. Do not use my information like it's yours, because it's not. If you do, at least do not do it in my presence. Ignorance is bliss. World level 7 is a trap. Nobody gets that reference because I'm the only person I know that plays Genshin Impact regularly. Sitting here talking to myself at 4 o'clock in the morning. How many of my videos do you know where I just sit here in silence? I feel like that should give an indication of how conflicted I am about this whole thing. But the most recent will not always stay the most recent. So at least you're like losing one thing, but you're getting something else that's bad in the future. But it might not be as bad. So, it's kind of a trade-off. Well, I guess I should try to get to bed, even though I'm not doing anything tomorrow, but hey, whatever. Oh, today's inauguration day, isn't it? Just look at my calendar up here. There's like nothing on there. I just didn't need another reason to be different than everyone else. And different, not in a good way. I don't know what other angle I can analyze that statement from. And if an apology does not fix this, then I don't know what will. I don't even know if it can. Right now I'm leaning towards that it can't. And it's such a waste of goddamn time and effort. This is beyond personal. This is the reason why anyone with a mental illness usually doesn't tell people about it. Because they're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of the stigma. And situations like this do not help that cause. Well, I should probably wrap this up. But I know once I end this video and upload it, of course, this statement will still be in my head. because it has infected my mind. Because I didn't leave when I heard the talk of the military happening. I should have left. I said that before. I should have just left. Should have logged off. Should have went to go do something else. But I was reassured that the fact that I've worked in my life, even after being disabled, I thought that statement wasn't about me. And it kind of got my hopes up, to be honest. In my head, I was so relieved. I was thinking like, oh, okay, this can't be about me then. And then it became about me. The whole situation just really made me feel, sort of like shit. Sort of made me feel like I wasn't as good as these other people around me. I was inferior to everyone who was a part of the conversation. And that wasn't a good feeling. Why would someone say a statement like that? In what situation would it be a good idea to say a statement like that? I don't know. That's the questions I've been asking myself, and I do not have the answers for them. I wish I did. Well, I guess that's it for me. I really don't know what else to say. Yeah, this time I had from not reacting to that statement, it did not bring me any clarity, and my reaction is the same as when the statement was made that same night, and it's the same now that I'm thinking about it. However long ago that was, I think it was before New Year's, wasn't it? I don't remember. I do remember the statement though, obviously. So, I just feel like me, I guess this is a stretch, but let's say me being an advocate for mental health, the understanding of mental health, mental illness in general, just the mere mention of me talking about the subject on a YouTube channel. I mean, if you go back to some of those videos, like the ones that I was most proud of, that video I made the other day, whenever, the comments and the positive ones and the relatable ones were great. But there's always a but. I just feel like they're not going to change the general landscape of people just not understanding what it's like to live being very different from the general population in a bad way, because society says mental illness is a bad thing to have. It's not positive, but it shouldn't be bad. It should be just something people have to deal with. They have to either medicate, go to therapy, or figure out some way of controlling it. And when people make outlandish statements about someone else's mental health, I mean, like, would it have been different if the person in question had a mental illness themselves? I don't know. I mean, I would hope that would give them better understanding of it so that they wouldn't say something like this. I don't know. This is just a public service announcement and a reminder again that comments will be screened. If you are blocked from commenting on my YouTube channel, the comment will not appear. I will have no knowledge of it. And I really don't want to know what it says. Unless it's positive. If there's something full of positivity and happiness, someone let me know. But yeah, it's just a shame that this became a forever thing. Because it didn't have to go down like that. I know I said that before, but like I honestly thought it would have been better if the last part of the communication was that if the joke wasn't made, the humor towards my unfortunate situation, if that joke wasn't made, then maybe, probably not, but maybe I would have been able to let it go. But because someone thinks my life situation, collecting disability, having mental illness, they think that's humorous? I mean, it's different if I made a joke about it. But for an outsider to make that joke, am I way off base? Am I being out of line here? Because I honestly don't feel like I am. I feel like the amount of shame and hurt I've experienced is justified. But hey, what do I know? I'm only the person in question with the mental disability, with the mental illness. What do I know about my own mental illness? Google is a powerful thing, isn't it? But self-diagnosing is not. I don't recommend that. But yeah, so I hate to let this video go to an hour, but you know, I think that's everything I had to say to get off my chest. Is it gonna make anything better? No, probably not, but at least it's out there. So if something happens to me, at least we all know what negative thing might have happened before anything transpired. I should be able to openly talk about my mental health. The reason I don't anymore is because I began to realize it's not that people don't care. They don't understand how to care. They don't know if they should be logical about it. They don't know if they should be sensitive about it. They just don't know. And what people don't realize is if you don't know how to react to someone's mental illness, just fucking ask them. I mean, it's a two-way street. Not only is there stigma to me talking about my own mental health, there's a stigma about other people not knowing what to do, what to say about someone else's mental health. And they don't want to be prying. They don't want to be too invasive. And it's just like there is a serious lack of communication. And in my lifetime, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I have not seen enough progress being made towards this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe maybe I should miss a few games like Kyrie Irving. Maybe I should just be like, who does suffer from mental health issues, by the way. Just letting people know that, as well as Kevin Love, just saying. And they use their platform for the betterment of society. I use my platform to try to better society, but because I'm not a part of that 1% fame people, it's just like, what can I do? How many people can I actually influence? And you know what? If the only people I influence is about how to get some fucking trophy in some fucking PlayStation 4 game that no one really plays, no one's really heard of, the only reason people are playing it because it's easy platinum. If I can influence those people in the easier way to get it, then that's worth it. But in terms of mental health, in terms of collecting disability in general, what am I, more importantly, what are we supposed to do about it? I highly await your answers because I don't have them. I thought I had them, but you know, if it's been tried before, it's probably been tried before. Alright guys, I guess I'm going to bed, or at least trying to. Just so wrong. So inappropriate. But hey, what do I know? I was just a person being talked about. Hey, whatever. Alright. Whatever.